Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is going on 5 o'clock in the evening, afternoon, whatever, 5 p.m. Monday, the 20th of March, 2023. And right now in Jacksonville, Florida, it is 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is at 35%. Be 16 degrees C. It's going to be dropping here soon. Probably as we drive, we'll be down into the low 40s by early morning. So I know that's not cold for some of y'all, but I'll be glad when this cold weather is over. And I mean over, because like tomorrow tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday are supposed to be decent days, like t-shirt or heavy shirt weather, mid 70s. I think I might hit 80 on Wednesday, but then it'll go right back down into the 60s for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, blah. Oh, it'd be nice weather if the van was up and running, because I'd be out doing overnights several times. I've thought about converting this back over, cleaning it out and being able to spend the night in it. I don't know. I kind of like it for day trips with all the stuff I have in it, which is what it's set up for. And I'd have to get rid of most of that stuff in order to have room to sleep, unless I sleep in this seat. And that's not a real option for me. So, speaking of sleeping, which I tend to do a lot, man, old people sleep, don't they? I don't think thinking of myself as old, but here lately I'm feeling it. With the bug and everything going on, I've been doing 10 and 11 hours worth of sleep a night. And that's okay if I could get to bed early enough and, still be up at a, well, to me, halfway decent time. So I've tried a few things. I tried some wine the one night, and it helped me nod off. But then I was awake just a couple hours later. I needed more, and yeah, I'm not climbing into a bottle. So I'm afraid of using sleep aids. Maybe not afraid, but sleep aids affect me differently than some people. Even just like a chamomile tea. I can have a cup of chamomile tea, and the next day I am grogged out, and just like, it takes a while to get out of my system. So, like, any of the sleep aids, the nighttime sleep aids and whatnot, I usually take just like a third or a quarter of what they suggest. Now, I've had melatonin in the past. In fact, I think I have a bottle still in the medicine chest. But it was way too powerful. I think that was a 5 mg, which is what my grandson uses. My one grandson. The little guys use, or no, actually, the grandson uses 2 of the 5s. The little guys use 3s, and I was thinking about that, but I ended up getting a bottle of 1 milligram, and thinking, I don't know, that might be a little bit too much still. We'll cut it in half. So that's what I did last night. I cut a 1 milligram more or less in half. It's a tiny little thing, so it was difficult to get it chopped up. But I took that about 3 o'clock, and it really started to affect me. It had me um, drowsed out pretty quickly. And then, of course, I went to shut off my computer and got onto the shorts, and I'm sitting there scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And before I realized it, it was like 4 o'clock, 4:15. I was like, dude, you got to stop this nonsense. Get off of here. So I did. And I let the medicine do its thing. It's not really medicine. It's because it's over the counter. But I was able to go to sleep, and I slept pretty good. I was up. It's one of those times where I've mentioned this before, and I know it's probably overshare, but I'm on lots of water pills, and it regulates me getting up, or it tells me getting up and taking care of business several times a night, usually within 2 hours of each other. But I was doing 3.5 hours last night, so that's not a bad thing, right? Like, go to bed at 4. It was like 7 o'clock, a little bit before 7 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock, and then 1 o'clock. And my alarm went off at 2, and I said, all right. I turned the alarm off, and then kind of laid there, and before I realized it was after 3 o'clock. But that's still an hour and a half to 2 hours earlier than what I have been doing. So I think if I take the pill, I'm going to cut it to half and half. So I'll take a quarter tonight and see how that helps me. So, I mean, that's how sensitive I am to these various sleep aids. I mean, I'm 280 pounds. So taking a quarter of a milligram of melatonin, that's a drop in the bucket. Anyhow, more on that tomorrow. We'll see how that escalates. But I'm on the computer today. Now, I'm on my way to my daughter's house, of course. Or, well, maybe not of course, but I'm on the way to the youngest daughter's house. And then we'll go pick up the grand brat, and we'll go out to dinner tonight. It's a Monday night routine thing. Ooh, I like that little camper. A little overloaded there in the back. But so anyway, I got on, fired the computer up while I'm drinking my coffee and whatnot. And there was a thing from the local news that today is National Ravioli Day. Who knew, right? So, and that's why I texted my daughter, Happy Ravioli Day, and she's like, I didn't know that was Ravioli Day. So I'm expecting we'll be doing Italian tonight, which is more or less what I thought would happen. So, anyway, I'm watching this. I went in and watched the news video, and it's a new restaurant down the beach, and I'm thinking, cool. And I looked it up, and they're not open on Mondays. What? Why would you come bring them in to advertise their new restaurant, and they're not even open today? I mean, on restaurants that aren't open on Mondays in general. So, I don't know. I mean, having my wife, come on, get out of the road. My wife and all the kids have worked at a sandwich shop, and that was open 7 days. My sister ran a restaurant that was open 7 days. So I don't get, being closed one day. That's a whole day's worth of sales that you don't get. 4 days a month. That's a big chunk. Okay, granted, you got to pay pay your help and whatnot, but I don't know. I just don't get it. It's kind of like I've read about this before. Places that call themselves diners, and they're only open from like 6 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. No, 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 no. To this Jersey boy, a diner is open 24/7. They don't even have a lock on their door. It's like 7-Eleven, They never close. Supposedly. Some do, I guess. But, anyhow. So if we're going to do Italian tonight, we're not going there. I know there's other places to go to. Olive Garden is okay. I think we were just there not long ago. Then there's a couple of other places. I don't know. I put the bug in her ear. They'll figure something out. And if we go for spaghetti or ravioli or whatever tonight, you'll see a short sometime this evening. So, anyway. They are getting closer and closer to being done with this remodel over here. Probably within the next month they'll be moving in. May not be totally finished, but way to go, dude. There was plenty of room for him to go in front of that truck, and instead he waited and now the light changed. Actually, there's room for him and I. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, they should be able to move in within the next couple weeks at the most. Maybe not be totally done, but I mean, little stuff doesn't always need to be completed. The laundry room doesn't have to be finished or what have you. So, there's like 3 parts to this neighborhood. The one we're in right now is kind of blue collar, upper blue collar, lower white collar. It's actually part of the same neighborhood from the house they sold the last house they sold, and that was upper middle, like upper middle. So this is middle to lower middle, and then there's areas that are like way middle, bottom middle, whatever. But hey, we're almost there. This is the last turn, so I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. Oh, I've been crooked this whole time. We ain't promised our next breath. Until I see y'all again, I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all.